Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the front line with Joe and Joe Pasillo. And once more, let us go into the breach. And my apologies right off the bat for even thinking about showing you a video that features the likes of racist, truly racist, Joy Reid. When we use the word racist here at the front line with Joe and Joe, it's because we could demonstrate that. She just uses it like every other leftist. Like if you oppose leftist policies, you're in a whole basket of deplorables, as Hillary would say. And amongst that basket of deplorables is, of course, racists. Okay, which we are, but she's a real racist. But that's not why we're here today. We're here because I don't know if these people, either her or people like this guest we're about to see, who I guess is a junior congressman from Florida. I don't know if they actually know the words, or like if we use the words fascism. Okay, Joe Rossinello and myself at the front line with Joe and Joe, we know what we're talking about. I could describe to you fascism. Okay, fascism is not just totalitarianism. Okay, fascism has a meaning. It has a definition. Okay, I promised Joe Rossinello I wasn't going to call people names. This ill-educated congressman from Florida really doesn't know the use of the word. But let's watch a little bit of this. If it nauseates you, I apologize in advance.
The state where both of you live is now thinking about going permitless carry, essentially expanding the people's ability to carry a firearm without even training.
Ms. Reid, I don't know if I can get in trouble for whatever I say, Mrs. She's speaking about the state of Florida.
With very little in the way of a background check. What is happening?
Well, what we're seeing in Florida is scary, and I'm blunt about it. It's fascism.
Okay, here we go. The citizen's right to purchase a firearm as protected under the Second Amendment to the Constitution. And as the Supreme Court recently said, which had the people of New York and the rest of the left in America in an uproar, the city of New York said, no, you don't have to show cause to have a conceal and carry permit. All right. If you want to go, just say you want it to defend yourself is enough of a reason. So this is what I would say to this little man, okay, is that, no, it's not fascism. Taking the gun away, and I won't even call that fascist, okay? I'm not going to use your words just for the sake of using them. Obviously, that's the power grab by the government to take guns out of the hands of law-abiding citizens. This guy's problem, and Joy Reid and whoever this guy with the beard is, the guy on the right standing next to him, is they don't understand, or maybe they do and they don't care, that we know in America that the reason why they pull at our heartstrings to try to get us to give up guns is because they are totalitarians, and they know that they can't impose their totalitarian vision on America as long as there's 300 million firearms out there that could fire a bullet back. That's why the totalitarians of the 20th century in particular, their first move was to disarm the citizens. So this little man needs to understand the words he's using. I apologize once again for this nauseating video from Joy Reid, but let's continue for a moment.
A governor who's he's abusing his power.
He absolutely has the right to do this as the governor. That's what they can't stand, is that there's a governor. And listen, Joe and I are not the biggest fans of Ron DeSantis. Will I vote for him? I sure will. Okay. In the primary, don't know yet if he's going to run. Don't know who I'm voting for in the primary. But what I will say this, I'm going to vote for him if push comes to shove. And the bottom line is he is absolutely within his authority and power as the governor of Florida to make this move. Go ahead, little man.
To scapegoat vulnerable communities.
No, he's trying to protect vulnerable communities, namely the communities of people who don't have guns with which to protect themselves, little man. The only people that have the guns are in the urban areas, and they're killing one another. And they use those guns to go and rob other people. And when somebody takes out their own gun and shoots them, guess who's in trouble? The person who's defending themselves gets in trouble under the law with the George Soros DAs that are out there. And the person who got killed is somehow a martyr or a hero. You walk into a place to rob somebody at gunpoint and you get shot in the process. I'm sorry. As a Catholic, I'm really sorry for you when you lost your soul. Okay. But I'm not feeling sorry for you because you brought it upon yourself. So little man, get it straight. Okay. The vulnerable communities are the ones with people who want to defend themselves against the thugs.
And pass an agenda based on messaging so he can run for president. He's more interested in running for president than running our state.
Here comes the ad hominem attack. He can't attack the legislation really in its content. He throws out a couple of lines, and now let me attack DeSantis himself.
This permitless carry bill, this is any gun, anywhere, anytime, no permit.
That's right. And I live in Arizona. And guess what, little man? If I wanted to go out and buy a gun, I can do so. If my wife wanted to go out and buy a gun, we can do so. And guess what? I'm not going to the local 7-Eleven and threatening to rob the place. I'm going to have it. And if my wife wants to carry it for herself to protect herself and my son, or if I want to carry it to protect them or protect myself, I have the right to do so in Arizona. And what you can't stand is there are states that are pushing back against your leftist agenda, including your state, little man. I have the right to self-defense. That's the bottom line. Get it straight. Most importantly, I have the right to defend myself against the powers of the federal government or state government or local government, for that matter, when they get too big.
That's not common sense. This is legislation that will result in death.
Right, the death of the bad guys. Because if I could carry a gun, two things are going to happen. The bad guy will attack, and then he's going to be dead, or the bad guy's not going to attack, in which case the law has fulfilled its purpose.
People will die if this bill passes the Florida House, the Florida Senate, and is signed by the governor. It's unfortunate. It's disappointing. It's not surprising. And this is part of the reason I decided to run for Congress in the first place. But it's going to take more than just one person.
So that's enough. That's enough from him. So at the end of the day, you know, Joy Reid has on this little man talking about guns and all that. Well, tell you what, you're losing this battle on gun control, and you're certainly not going to win. See ya.